Hi guys, it's Loey. Today I'm doing a video that's very near and dear to my heart. I have no script. I have not even thought out what I'm going to say for this video, but with the whole back to school theme coming to a close, I really wanted to talk to you guys about being confident in school. Now obviously this doesn't just mean, oh, you're going to be confident in school, in a school setting, but I mean towards you younger girls. I want to give you advice that I so desperately wish I had known, and things that would have made high school so much easier for me personally. You're at an age where you're trying so hard to figure yourself out, and you're putting yourself into this little box and trying to figure out who you are and maybe even what you want to do for the rest of your life and what kind of boy that you like or what kind of girl that you like. And should you be friends with this person, and why did this person backstab you, and all of this stuff. Trust me, been there, done that, was in that for the majority of my life, and I've only been out of a high school setting for a few years. If there's one bit of advice that I can give you that I hope that you take, it's to not care so much what other people are thinking. You would be so surprised at how into themselves everyone is. We're actually very vain and self-centered when you get down to the very bottom of it, and not in a bad way, but in a way where we are so focused on ourselves and we are so nervous what other people are thinking. And you are looking at that cool girl in high school and you're thinking, she is literally so perfect, I want to be just like her. I love her hair, I love her makeup, I love her nails, I love her life, I love that she has this boyfriend, and I love that, you know, maybe even that her parents have money or something along those lines. You're going to feel envious and jealous of some people in some way, and you may look at them and be like, oh, I admire this person so much. And you would be so surprised at how much that person actually has on their plates and how much they're dealing with, and that they might look at you and think the same thing and be intimidated by you because they think that you have no problems. I met some of my best friends my senior year of high school, and I was terrified of them, basically from grade 8 going on. And these were people who still to this day have a really special place in my heart, who I never would have approached, really, because they just, you know, I looked at them and I didn't see normal people. I saw these like personifications of perfection, and I got down to the very core of it, and they had problems just like I had problems, and they liked things that I liked, and we wound up getting along really well. And it makes me sad because we don't get to see each other anymore. And if I had known my freshman year of high school that these people could have been my friends, I would have been so much less worried about how I was being perceived and so much more worried about getting to know them better. Trust me when I tell you that no matter what's happening, no matter what you're going through, if you're being bullied or teased, or if just everything is bad, you got called out in class, maybe the teacher picked fun at you for something, which is really bad, but I know it happens. I think it's so important to just remember that, yeah, like this is happening. It's important not to push it under the rug and pretend it isn't. It's going to pass. It's not going to be forever. I remember being so held up on these smallest little things, and looking back on it, it's just ridiculous. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, because I was a nut job. I mean, I was worried about like how the guys I liked my hair, or the fact that my foundation oxidized, and I didn't know if anyone noticed throughout the day. I didn't know at the time that oxidized was even a word. It just turned orange and darker on my face, and I didn't know if anyone could tell but me. I would be so worried if I forgot to do eyeliner one morning, or if it was uneven, and I would feel self-conscious for the rest of the day. I just beat myself up over every single tiny little thing. And school just isn't meant for that. It's meant for you to learn, believe it or not, it is. You will realize a little bit too late that whether or not what you actually learned in high school, like the actual subjects or the content, was beneficial to your life in the long run. Like, I probably could have gotten away, at least in my current life, without knowing the entire periodic table. And that's, you know, like, don't bash me for that. That's just in my current job and what I'm doing right now with my life. I don't need to know that. and I highly doubt that most people actually need to memorize that. Whether or not you need to know that exact content, it's going to be so important in the long run that in that moment you learned to memorize, you learned to learn things. And I know that you probably don't want to hear me lecturing you on that, but it is really important to remember that you are there for a reason. And yeah, a huge reason of that is learning actual subject matter. So things out of a textbook or, blah, 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 blah. And they aren't going to teach you real life things like how to make friends during your classes, but that is something you're going to have to learn on your own throughout school. And trust me when I tell you, that is a talent you're going to have to keep for the rest of your life. You have to know how to get along with people, how to talk to people, how to make friends, how to be comfortable around other people. And you have to be able to do that for the rest of your life. When you think of it that way, and when you think of it in the sense that you are training for basically forever, you are training right now for the huge marathon that's to come after you graduate. When you think about it that way, it's so much more fun than thinking about the deadlines or the people that you want to be friends with but can't be friends with, or the people that you were friends with that don't want to be friends with you anymore. I was someone who was pretty annoying in high school in the sense that I had this set group of friends. I was really and truly a social butterfly in the correct term, I guess, where I had this set group of friends. I always had this one best friend, and then I would always have a side friend. So when I tell you that I had a side friend, it was basically like I would meet someone or I would become closer with someone and I would think to myself, we have so much in common and I just really like this person. I'm very interested in this person. I want to know more about them. And that friendship would last a month. And I can guarantee you, either it was my obnoxious, loud, over-the-top behavior that ended the friendship, and they just got sick of it, or it was just the way that the friendships were formed and the fact that they were formed on these mutual interests and maybe we didn't really have anything deeper. They always ended within like a month. And then I would be on to the next one and the next one and the next one. And at the time, it was so sad, because I saw these people I loved so much in the moment, and I'm one of those people who I just love, and I know there are some of you out there who you love your friends. You cannot imagine your life without your friends. It's not a bad quality to have, trust me, but I loved these people so dang hard and so fast, and I was suddenly separated from them. Suddenly our friendship was over just like that. And it's sad in that sense, but it's something that you're going to look back on and think of all of the beautiful, amazing memories you have with these people. So don't be so afraid to make new friends, because even if you're only friends for a short period of time, you're going to remember each other, I can guarantee you, in some tiny, tiny way for the rest of your life. Now, as far as the people who are mean to you, maybe the friends who aren't exactly ready for your friendship, who don't know how to be a nice, responsible human being, and they don't know that it's not okay to stab someone in the back or talk shit about someone, which I'm not sitting here saying I never did that, because I did, and probably at some point in your life you will too. But at the time, you need to know that if someone is not ready for your friendship, it's okay to walk away and to distance yourself and to know, you know what, I'm a nice person, I want to be friends with this person, but they're just not ready. And that's okay, because maybe eventually they will be. I remember there was this group of people when I was in middle school. MySpace was all the thing. I had just moved to this new school, and I must have been really obnoxious. I was very, very cocky for a long time, and I just thought, like, if I acted like I had confidence, then everyone would perceive me as this cool person. And in reality, it never came off like that. And I tried to just be someone I really and truly wasn't. And so I made some people angry. And they actually, I remember this, again, was when MySpace was the thing. These girls took this guy's page that I really liked and basically wrote stuff in all of his interests. This sounds so stupid now, but they took stuff like in his interests and in his about me. Like in his interests was my name's big booty, And then about me was I love my name's big booty, you know, all day, every day. And at the time, it was devastating. I was humiliated and everyone was talking about it. And now I look back and I think to myself, I would have laughed so hard now because you know what? I probably in some aspect kind of deserved it. I was kind of a jerk. Now, does that mean that you do? Absolutely 1,000,000% not. Most of the time when people are teased or bullied, there's no cause for it. However, I own up to the fact that I was kind of a brat. I kind of think it's funny now because I learned so much from it. And it's something that you have to learn to just laugh at and realize nothing is set in stone. Everything is changing so fast, and you are so smart and young and beautiful, and you have so much ahead of you that it's not worth your time to waste it just sitting there dwelling on things that you literally cannot change. No matter what you do, you can't change people talking about you. You can't change how people perceive you because everyone perceives each other in a different way. And as human beings, we are judgmental in some sense of the word. We just are. And it's important to know that because I might look at you and I might not think that your red hair is flattering on you, okay? I love red hair, by the way, but let's say that's the case. But where a line needs to be drawn is where you know not to say those things out loud. And that's common sense. And I know all of you already know that. Some people just don't, whether it was their upbringing or who they are now, and they will figure it out. They will know at some point that it's unnecessary, but it might take them slightly longer than you. And you just have to keep that in mind and know that at the end of the day, you can't change it. It's probably not all about you. There's probably something going on in their life that they feel the need to lash out and find other means of coping with. Focus on being the best you that you can be, because you don't want to try to be anyone else. At the end of the day, trying to copy someone else or emulate their personality doesn't do anything for you in the long run. It just takes away that portion of your life where you were trying to copy another individual. And that's not worth it. I did that so many times. I would try to be just like, sorry, I don't know what's going on. Is there like a plane? Is there a plane taking off outside my house? You simmer down, Mr. Garbage Man. I did that a lot. I often would take traits and quirks and things that my friends did and try to make them more of my personality, because you see something like that and you admire it in some way. It's cool in some way. It's interesting to you, and you are so young and impressionable that all makes so much sense, and it's totally normal and okay for you to feel like that. And it's okay for you to think to yourself, wow, my friend is really nice, or like, she's really funny. I want to be more like her. It's okay to do things like that, but to take their entire personality and try to replace your own just isn't going to be worth your time in any way. You will realize at some point, and it's like a light switch is going to go off in your brain, that you are literally the coolest person. And I know that you may not feel like that right now, but honestly, you are. And you are so unique and different from anyone else. You have a different outlook and personality, and you are going to do so many great things. You have so much potential. And I hope for you that your school experience can be every bit as rewarding and amazing as mine was. I look back at high school and middle school, and yeah, I had those experiences where no, everything was not okay. And I lost friends, and I had drama with boys, and I focused on things that were not worth my time. But I look back at school, and I can guarantee you it was the happiest I had ever been. And I had the most fun I had ever had in my entire life. And I made friends who I loved so much more than I even realized I could love another human being that wasn't flesh and blood. As far as your body image in school, it really just ties into what I said at the beginning, and that's just not to focus so much on it. because everyone is changing. You might notice next year, you might look down at your chest right now and think, oh my God, I'm so flat. And next year you might have really, really big boobs. Or you might look down right now and think you have a pudgy tummy or something. And maybe next year you're going to change and you're going to grow. And this is a very, very fast point in your life, and you're going to grow so much. And it's so important not to focus on little things like that, because even if your boobs don't grow and you don't lose any of that soft stomach, it's okay. And it's important to cut yourself some slack and know that who you are right now in this very moment, with makeup, without makeup, with boobs, without boobs, tall, short, skinny, fat, whatever, you are. And I mean this, I'm not just saying this, and I need you to listen to me. So don't just hear what I'm saying, but listen to me. You are beautiful, and everything that you are going to experience in high school is going to be so much more than feeling too inadequate in this moment. So the next time that you look into the mirror and you start judging what you see, please keep in mind that you will never look like you do in this very moment again. And it's so important to take mental photos and treasure it. So dress how you want, do what you want, join the clubs, be in the marching band, be in the art club, be in the, what else is there? Be a cheerleader and a runner and a basketball player, and I don't know, just do they have FFA everywhere? That's the Future Farmers of America. That was a Southern thing. That was big. I never did that. I wanted to though. Do whatever it is that makes you happy, because those are going to be the things that you look back on and think, yeah, that was good. I'm glad I did that. And the fun that you're having now is more important than anything. I hope this was somewhat structured. This was really random and kind of spontaneous, and just sort of me sitting down and talking to you. And I hope that there was at least a salvageable video out of this. But if you did, find it helpful, and if you enjoyed, make sure to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And until next time, I love you. I will talk to you very soon. Bye.